we need for a good golf swing? We need thoracic mobility and we need hip mobility. So thoracic mobility is going to help us make great rotation. It's also going to help us have good posture when we set up. And when we have good hip mobility, it's going to help us prevent any excessive lateral motion in our swing or any forward movements of the ball. So mobility is really important. We're going to use 3 movements, 1 position, super easy. You can do this when you roll out of the bed in the morning to kind of, I don't know, get your body kind of moving for the day. Works great on the first tee if the grass is dry enough, or this could be just a great way to break up some of the sitting that you're doing. So quadruped, we're going to set up with your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, toes on the ground. And we're going to start with cats and dogs, or cat-camel, or whatever animal you want to be. We're going to start with spinal flexion. So you're going to tuck your chin into your chest, and you're going to tuck your pelvis up into your rib cage, and you're going to round your spine way up to the ceiling. And then you're going to smoothly transition into extension. And you're going to arch your back, the whole thing, from your tail to your head. You're going to look up. And you're going to go back and forth, nice and smooth and controlled, not fast. And you're going to explore, the end range of motion each direction for maybe alternating back and forth for 10. So then let's take that spinal movement and we'll turn it into rotation. So we'll put left hand on your lower back and use your right arm to push yourself away from the floor and make a big left turn. Turn your head, turn your chest, and think of reaching your left shoulder and your left elbow kind of back to into your turn. And you'll feel the muscles on your, let's say, back of the armpit and shoulder blade kind of working as you turn. Square back up to the floor, big turn again. Go for 8 turns. Do 8 on this side, 8 on the other side. And then we'll keep you in the same position, and we'll do hip circles. And we'll start with, let's say, backward circles. You'll take your left knee and you're going to reach back and then out and around, and then it's going to come forward, and then we're going to reverse it. We're going to go forward and out and back. And you'll alternate directions. You just keep going, 10 reps. But as you're doing this, you want to make sure that your trunk or your chest or your torso, whatever you want to think of it, stays really square to the ground. So stable torso and just whatever size circles you can make without it, getting really loose. We want to have that trunk stability. So yeah, we're doing hip mobility, cool, but we're also getting some trunk stability. And when we're strong and we have control of our trunk and we can articulate our limbs, it's going to help us have more control of how we're able to maintain our posture in our golf swing. So take all 3 of these, put them together, maybe go through each movement in like a circuit. So you do, some cats and dogs or whatever animal you are, and go through 10. And then you'll do 8 turns on each side. And then you'll alternate directions for 10 circles. And then go through that like 3 times. Or, if you're taking a break from sitting doing computer time or TV time or whatever you're doing in a seated position, this could be a good way to, just reintroduce some movement back into your body.